Alright, what's going on, guys? Hopefully this angle is somewhat decent. I've just got you like literally hung up by a pole and some belt straps and stuff. But I wanted to share my experience that I had today, and unfortunately it was not a great one. This might inform some people and save you the hassle of what I dealt with today. You know, check out Facebook Marketplace all the time and stuff. You never know what's going to pop up there. Goodbye, might be a future project, something like that. And I had been thinking about getting a '04 to '08, I think, F-150, because that's really where this channel started way back when. And I would like to get a Lariat, but more specifically a King's Ranch, because that was like my dream truck when I was, 16, 17, wanting to get my first vehicle. I just love the center shift. For what I know, a lot of people hate that in the Fords, but I love the center shift. And the seats, I mean, King's Ranch, that generation, leather is just to die for. One actually popped up on Facebook, so I'm gonna read you the ad. So I'm not gonna talk about the dealership, I'm not gonna drop any names, anything like that, because I don't want to get into some kind of lawsuit or something like that. But I feel like I have every right to share my experience because, like I said, it'll probably save y'all some hassle by not dealing with what I dealt with. Had a reasonable price on it. The truck had about 180,000 miles on it. So a lot of miles, but for the right price, in good condition, I'm willing to work with something. So everything on here looks good. It's kind of got a generic, like clean Carfax, and then describes the vehicle, like what it has. King's Ranch, 4-wheel drive, 5.4, heated door mirrors. This is the funny part right here. We have a wide selection of late model, well-maintained cars that receive a multi-point inspection to ensure it runs great, drives great, blows cold AC, and receives any required maintenance to make sure it is in great running condition. It's in the ad talking about this truck. It's literally in the description. You would think that means that this truck, per what they say, is insured to run great, drive great, blow cold AC, and it receives any required maintenance to make sure it is great running condition. I messaged them, right? This is on Facebook Marketplace. So I sent them a message. I'm like, yo, I'm interested in your truck. I'm just curious on what a bottom dollar cash price is. Just because, a lot of dealerships and stuff, they, instead of financing, which they can make more money on financing, but a lot of them will also like to sell at a cash price, be done with it right there. So then I got directed to, I think it was one of the car dealership websites. I got directed to that, and then it said that it would direct me to, it wanted my phone number to direct me to the right people, or whatever. So I got a text message. So it says, hi, this is blank blank, internet sales concierge for blankety blank blank. We do the most of our internet business via text, blah, blah, blah. It talks about, would you prefer text message, phone calls, that kind of stuff. Well, I'm at work, so I'm like, yo, let's text. So I sent them a text. They said, okay, thanks, Chase. I was just curious to see if you had any chance to drive one yet. Kind of generic row body, but I thought surely this is a person. They're trying to get me in there to test drive or whatever. But I said, yes, I've owned one before. They said, I see. Well, did you want to stop by later today? We have others that aren't online yet due to our sales volume. His name, and then blankety blank, that dealership, which makes me think that, oh, this is the guy at the dealership, right? I know it said at the top sales concierge, whatever, but then he said, here's our address, sent me the address. It took me to their town, not the dealership, which is just a minor inconvenience, but still. So then I said, I'd like to know what the out the door cash price is on the '05 King Ranch. I like the truck, but with the miles that high, and the Facebook price is a little bit more than I'm willing to spend. So right there, that should be point blank. If it's gonna stay at the price that they have it listed for, just tell me, because I'm not interested. So then they say, Chase, our best price is always when you're here at the dealership. Come in, drive it, and if you like it, we can discuss. Fair enough? Blank at blankety blank dealership. I said, fair. Can you confirm it's still available before I make plans to come see it? Them. Yes, sir. It's still available. What time today works best? Well, I didn't think at the time that I was going to be able to come in today. So I said, not sure if I'll be able to today. I'll have to see when I can get away from work. Then they said, no problem. Just text me here. Thanks. So once I found out I was going to be able to go up there, I was like, you know, I'll just drop in, because you kind of always want to drop in or ask for the vehicle not to be messed with or anything, because you want to get that first cold start and hear how it sounds and how they've got it presented. You don't want them having 5 hours to clean it up and dolly it up and all this kind of crap. So I didn't reply to that. However, when I got there, we go over to the used side of their stuff, right, where it should be, whatever, right? Well, it's not there. So instantly, I'm like, you know, what the crap's going on? Maybe they got it over there. They thought maybe I was coming in today, so they go over there and do whatever with it, right? Well, so we drove over to the dealership, the main new car stuff, and I see it sitting over in the little side lot. So we pull over there by it, and I get out to check it out. And obviously, vehicles can be great picture takers. And I mean, you can just miss humongous flaws in pictures that get hidden, even on YouTube and stuff. There's flaws on all of our vehicles that you will never see unless you see it in person, and some things that you will never see unless I point out to you. I'm checking it out. First thing I notice, the entire underside of this truck has been spray painted. Not like undercoated. Just black rattle can spray paint, everything. It's on everything. The shocks, the frame, the gas tank, the axles in the front differential, dang near everything. I found a couple places that didn't get hit by the spray paint, tops of the frame and stuff, and they weren't rusty, they were just, you know, dirty. And, you know, I'm noticing a couple little dings, and there's like one in the door, and not that big a deal. Stuff like that, not that big a deal. On an older truck, there's a 2005, you know, stuff like that's going to happen. No big deal. Anything like that can be fixed, or just deal with it for the right price, obviously. So I'm still kind of digging the truck. You know, it's all right. It's not beautiful, but it's a fixer-upper. And I end up texting that number and was like, I'm here. And he sends back, okay. So I'm still thinking, this guy's at the dealership, right? You would think that. So this salesman comes out, and he's like asking me generic questions and stuff, and I'm like, is this not the guy that I was on the phone with or whatever? And he was like, are you interested in this truck? And I was like, yes, I am. I've been, you know, texting with somebody. And he's like, okay. Let me just double check that this is still for sale, though, because usually stuff that's over here is not for sale. He wants to bring me inside. So they go inside, and they're wanting to ask a bunch of information. I'm like, I don't know why I don't want to give y'all 10 billion things for y'all to contact me and stuff like that. For one, I'm paying in cash, so I don't need you to finance. I don't need you to do all that kind of crap. You don't need all my information. The people were nice. It was a husband and a wife, and then some other guy, the sales manager or something like that. Everybody was pretty nice. Of course, they're trying to make money, so they kind of got to be. But this is where things kind of started going downhill. So the sales guy comes in there, and he said, well, I got to talk to you about something. So it turns out, for one, the truck's wiring harness is bad. So I don't know too specifics on wiring harness. He said this one's wiring harness was bad, but the truck still ran. Automatically pissed off, because nothing in the ad was mentioned about anything being wrong with a truck like that. Nothing at all. I needed to go up there, buy it or not buy it, and then come straight back, right? So they're wasting my time asking me questions, and now they're telling me this got a wiring harness is bad. They can't find the keys. It's out there in their parts department or whatever it is, where they work on them. There's no mention of that. Listen, I was texting this guy. He was telling me everything was, you know, fine. The truck's here. It's ready for sale. And they're telling me they got the part ordered, but it's just, you know, it's not on there yet. So then turns out they outsource someone to talk to you or text or automate. It's not automated. It's his name was Mike. He's their outsourced person that contacts you and stuff. Mike has no freaking clue what this truck's even like. So all these pictures are taken in front of their dealership, right? So they go to tell me that they automatically put all these vehicles up on the internet before they are inspected or anything. They have really no clue. These people that are listing these trucks for them have no clue what's wrong with them. They're just slapping a price on them, and they're putting pictures up, which are taken by the dealership. So I think it's dumb that they're like, oh yeah, they just automatically put them online. Well, no, you should inspect them before you go taking pictures of them and put them online, right? You would think that. So at this point, I'm definitely frustrated, because I've wasted time and money coming up there for them to have a truck that's not even, I haven't even got in the truck yet, right? I haven't even checked it out. I haven't even opened the door yet. They come in there and they're like, we're going to fix it. We're going to fix the truck. We can sell it to you as is for, I think it was like $1,000 something off, cheaper. and me just going off their word that the wiring harness is what's wrong with it. And like I said, haven't driven it or anything yet. Well, they say they can do that price or the Facebook price if they fix it. So right then they admit they're not going to take any money off the Facebook price. Which, had this Mike guy just been straightforward and told me that, I would have absolutely never driven up there, because it was more than I was willing to pay for that truck with that many miles. Period. I wouldn't have wasted my time, and that's the frustrating part. They got some outsourced guy that don't know what the crap he's talking about, directing people, wasting my time and money to come up there when he's never even really seen the vehicle, don't know anything about it, nothing. And this might be normal, and I might just be rambling and whatever for no reason, but it just seems wrong to me. So anyways, they tell me that, and I'm like, well, I don't, already been up here, I might as well drive the thing. The sales guy told us right before we got in the truck, he was like, we've got another F-150 up there at the other used lot. If you want to go over there, check it out, go do that, and we'll see if we can get you on a price in it. It was a Lariat, not a Kings Ranch, but I was like, whatever, I'll look at it, I'm up here. So we go out there, hop in it. The seats, they got, a couple little stains here and there, but Kings Ranch stuff's bad about that. No tears, nothing like that. It was nice. Well, I'm starting to see a little bit of things, little weird things in there. Stuff's definitely showing its age, looking a little rough. I cranked the truck up. It's definitely got something wrong, whether it's a wiring harness or what, but it definitely felt like it was at least down 2 cylinders. It was idling horribly. Even at idle, when it first started up, it went up to like 1,500 RPM and was still just shaking, and it's just awful, like embarrassing. Like, it had to have been embarrassing for the guy, because it was just pathetic. I'm already not interested in this Kings Ranch anymore with it running like it was, and other things being wonky. I couldn't get the air to cut on. Little knobs and stuff. It had some wires hanging down right by the console. I don't know if it was like for a Bluetooth or something, but it was janky. It had a low fuel light on, even though it wasn't. The gauge was not showing it down that low. The emergency brake light was on, even though the emergency brake, I undid it, light was still on. Shifted it into drive. I did the whole typical clunk thing because it was not running good, so it didn't like going into drive very happily. So we drive it, and it wasn't bad driving as far as the motor run. The truck, it drove all right over there. The brakes were hard as a rock and didn't work very well, but I mean, the engine seemed to run better when driving than at idle. I mean, I'd already made my decision. Was not getting that truck, period, because they were stuck on their prices. So I pull up over behind it. I get out. I automatically see a couple of dents in the bed, the bumper. I think one on the front fender or something, which is not huge. I didn't even ask what the price was yet. So I walk around the front. I go over to the passenger side, and I look down at the passenger side tire, and there's a freaking puddle of oil, probably about the size of my body, right there coming out from underneath the truck. So automatically he comes walking over there. He's like, "How is it?" Or, "What do you think?" Or something. I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna pass because it's got a huge oil leak from the front end." So we get back in the truck and we drive over back to the thing, and I basically just hand them the keys and like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pass on everything." So they're putting these things online when they're not ready to sell. They haven't been through service to see what's wrong with them. They're not ready to sell, period. Point blank. They're not ready. They have their big thing in their ad that says they're insured, everything is ready to sell, insured, everything runs good, air is good, that kind of stuff. And that's just point blank a lie, because you shouldn't have them for sale if that's not the case. And they went on this whole thing. Well, they put them up online as soon as we get them in, and then we get them into service and everything. And I just think that was a whole bunch of bull crap. If that's true, that's wrong, and that's a daggone scam, because look at me. I wasted 3 hours going up there at a truck that was supposed to be in good condition, good running condition, AC working, ready to go. And I get there and the truck barely runs. It's in much worse condition than pictures allow. Definitely should have a more descriptive ad. It wasted everyone's time. I know they only, have to deal with this random person coming in and talking to them for 20, 30 minutes. But to me, it's just the biggest waste of time. Super annoying. I mean, like, literally, and the guy was even like, "Well, I understand why you're frustrated. If it was me, I'd probably shown my behind." And I was like, "Dude, you can give me $20 or something to freaking cover my gas for driving up here that I wasted on y'all when you trying to sell a vehicle online that is not even remotely as described as not remotely correctly described. So very frustrating, and I just wanted to make this video to share with y'all my experience. I should have just went in there filming and just got the whole ordeal on camera, and that would have been amazing, and then just exposed all of them. I don't know how to act. I don't know if I should have like went off on them or if I should have just, I don't know what, but it was definitely not the best experience with them. Definitely leave me some feedback. Let me know what you would have done if you had showed up and it had been a freaking clapped out piece of junk and was not described as that, and you were talking to somebody in a different state. Frustrating. I guess it's kind of good because I think I'm gonna just stay away from buying a truck right now. I'm just gonna chill out. I was pretty motivated to do it, have another gas truck on the channel, and it be a Ford and be basically my old dream truck. But I guess I'm just, you know, I'm gonna chill out for a bit. But comment down below if you'd also like to see that. That's gonna do it. I'll see y'all in the next one.